So when they announced they were going to have this event, Dan, what'd you think about this?
Oh, I thought it was a great idea when I first heard about it. And then when I talked with Tommy Brown, he filled me in. He said, yeah, he was kind of put the impetus on when he talked to Scott Kimberg about it. And I said, that'd be just a hoot. Get back and see guys that I hadn't seen for 45, 50 years.
So, I know you as a great fastball pitcher or player, and our paths crossed. You're a little bit older. I looked up to Dan Massey. But how does one segue into softball? How did your arc go?
Well, the bases are shorter. As you get older, you run those the bases at 90 feet or a little bit more. But it was so competitive, and one of the guys that pulled me into it was Veer Lindquist. When I started coming back and teaching at Jamestown High School, and at that time he was playing with Stravatos, and of course I got to know George Parsons and Gramps Winterburn and all those guys when we played in the rec basketball program. And then it just, what do you do in the spring? And you start playing softball. And so that was just a lot of fun.
So what time frame, give me a time frame, was this the early 70s, Danny?
I would say for me it was probably the mid to late 70s.
Okay.
And then it got really competitive, and softball was fast pitch. And then some of the guys from Seizure House started to go off on weekends for modified, and the money in the tournaments was amazing. Some of the prize money was $1,000 a weekend for first place, and they started playing, and it just kind of morphed into a modified because the pitching, there wasn't a lot of fast pitch pitchers coming up. You had obviously you had the King, and you had Ronnie Fredris. You had Butch Joint from Ripley, Les Ute. You had Danny Mijwa from Dunkirk, and there was a couple other. Another really good pitcher. His name escapes me right now, but we were just talking about him.
Tommy Irons?
No, Tommy was from Olean. Yeah, he was a big, tall guy that would walk onto the mound from the back of the mound, toe the rubber, and slingshot. And he was probably 6'4", 6'5", and he was fast. And so just guys. Ron Hiley out of Cleveland. A lot of good pitchers. We had one too with used to play with Restivo's Alibi, Hansel, Billy Hansel. Billy Hansel threw with us. Another guy from JCC, a teacher there, Bud Amon, used to throw for us. And so a lot of the younger pitchers weren't developing, weren't coming in.
So that was sort of the demise.
Yeah, pitching, softball, fast pitch. It's if you haven't got a pitcher, you guys that throws aspirin tablets, you're at a distinct disadvantage.
You batted against Adam, Zach?
Yes, I batted a few times. I was lucky enough to hit a foul ball off him one time. I did hit a kind of a gap shot, which I thought was going to, one time I got a hold of one, but unfortunate was Lefty Spetz gloved it right at the shoe, and I was out. That's the only time.
But you probably wanted to get the ball anyways.
Yeah. Well, back then there was only 2 balls. Each team brought a ball, and of course when Jim threw, there wasn't very many balls that went out of play. So.
Did you find that to be, you amped up a little bit when Jim was pitching, or did you?
Well, yeah. One of the first things when you stood in there, you said, "Don't hit me." And the ball came. It was good. He had a great rise,
Yeah.
and so if it came in, what you thought was a strike and you were going to swing at it, it's at your shoulders. Or if you thought it was really low, it would come up, and he was so fast it would just buy you by look at 3 pitches and go sit down.
Do you have a memory or a highlight where you'd say, Greg, let me tell you about this one game or kind of a Dan Massey moment?
Oh, I don't. I was kind of also ran on our team. I played a number of different positions. I wasn't a big star like a Kenny Martin or a Bobby Winterburn or a Jim Adamsack. These guys were the top of the line players, and I would just feel lucky and fortunate to be on the same team as some of these guys.
Well, what an experience.
A lot of fun.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Dan.
Fun one. Appreciate it.